I really want a kid.
This whole time we thought my pull-up game next level, right?
But what he don't know is that
Oh my god!
John and Pat are having a baby.
Huh?
What?
This is your daily Ketchup. More than
50%
Of you?
are not.
subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Thank you.
Back to the episode.
Hey! Hello, everybody. Today's episode is about love. As you can see, we have a couple on our left. Tell us about how long have you all been together?
1, 2, 3.
15.
Wow.
Okay, but who loves more? Okay.
Okay, what?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so John and Pat are here today with us because there's something very exciting that has been introduced recently in Singapore, which is called elective egg freezing. So
Yes.
in the past, right, you can only freeze your eggs for medical reasons. So for example, I'm going to undergo chemotherapy and that affects a woman's egg count. Then I can apply to go and get this egg freezing done, which means they'll take out your eggs before you undergo chemotherapy and freeze them. But for a long time, women have been asking for this to be made available to all women who are willing to do it. This has been recently made available to women up to the ages of 37.
Yeah, as of July 2023.
Yes, and so Pat is actually one of the first few women to have undergone this
In Singapore.
in Singapore.
Pioneer.
I freeze my eggs.
Can you all share a bit about why you all decided to go on this journey?
So I think John was a bit surprised that I wanted to freeze my eggs because we have been trying for a while and they are all failed attempts. So we have also come to a conclusion that maybe we don't want kids anymore. But at the back of my head, right, actually, I don't really know.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, how to give him a solid answer to say yes or no, I don't know, right? So when I heard of the elective egg freezing, I'm like, this is the best of both worlds. I can say no now, but think about it still and still have a good eggs there.
It got to a weird period. Like, for example, we walk in the mall, right? Then got one kid, damn cute, right? Then I just like, hey, look at her, damn cute. Then she will apologize to me.
That's so sad.
Oh, I feel like I'm depriving you of what you want in life. Yeah, hey, no, I feel like it's cute. What?
I feel that he wouldn't dare to tell me that he actually wants a family.
No, I dare.
Yeah,
Damn.
he
No, but because you both have said, right, that I think you guys came to this conclusion that actually maybe you don't want to have kids. But then you mentioned that actually you're not sure. So
At which point you decided to lie?
I think he always managed to see through my lie. Like one or the one, and then maybe today I say actually having a kid is so difficult, right? Wow, very expensive, very this, very that. Why we got time? Then next week, then we will see some kids running around. Then we're like, actually have kids not bad. Then he will, babe, do you want or do you not want kids? I don't know.
So you legit don't know lah.
I legit don't know. I feel that I scared I'll regret.
And so this keeps your options open,
Yes.
basically.
What was the period of time where you all tried for a kid? How long was that?
When we were trying, we tried after about 1 year of marriage, right?
But the actively trying is independent from the sexy time also lah, right? Like
No,
the spontaneous.
the moment we started actively trying, right, the spontaneous gone.
God.
Okay. So there was no okay, if we have sex also, we have sex, but it's just like safety off lah, like no protection.
No, okay, so first year we knew we didn't want to get pregnant, right? After a while, it feels like, okay, if we get pregnant, it feels about right to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Right?
So we fine.
This whole time we thought my pull-up game next level, right? So then we reached that stage where never even pull out. Right? It's just, but we try and time the cycle, the clock.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of apps now.
It's like, okay, fertile, then want to do or don't want to do, then do, then try, right? Then after that we tried, then we couldn't. Then it was like,
I think for 6 months at
sus.
least. Yeah.
Then sus. So we started reading up. Then afterwards, let's go find out what's wrong. To the point that until we can, lor. And in that process, you forget to ask yourself,
Whether
Why
you want
do you
to
want to have
have
kids?
Right.
You know, you just started figuring about your fertility health. And then Pat went for her first endometriosis surgery already. Then the doctor said, hey, the moment your wound more or less recover the next month or so,
Try.
You'll be the most fertile. Then we try. Then
And for
cannot.
another 6 months. Cannot. 6 months.
1 year.
And
Yeah.
that took the love out of sex for a good while. It took us some time to regain it, to be very honest.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you think this period affected your relationship?
I think mentally it affected me more than the relationship.
Right,
So
right,
he has been very supportive. But what he don't know is that every time when we try, right, before my menses, I even miss my menses. I will go and take the pregnancy kit and just start peeing on it. Because I feel that, okay, this time around I feel different. Oh, I feel like vomiting. I feel like this. I will start getting very paranoid and like, it's different
Like
from last month.
you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So no, but the annoying thing is that right, the symptoms of pregnancy is very similar to when you are having period.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. But all my friends are like, why don't you just wait until you at least miss one day? Just miss one day. I said, no, I'm very excited.
Oh, you haven't missed one day.
Then every time I look at the stick, right, then I tell myself, okay, just be hopeful, right? I pray to Jesus. Then I like, don't have. Then I
You
stare at
bring
it.
Jesus into this, then you say,
No, but because it's in his time, okay?
Yeah.
Then when I will just sit there, I'll just sit there and cry first. But I don't want to let him know.
How you cry?
Cry. Because back then I really thought that I really want a kid. Like, it's a phase in life, ma. Like, we are ready. I like kids. I like having children around me. Then how come I cannot have my own? Then I think during that period, I think 2 years ago is where all my friends started getting married. Everybody started getting pregnant. But I love all my friends. It's not that I'm not happy for them or like I'm jealous or whatever. It's like a reflection of myself. Like, how come like people can start a nice family, then my husband and we try so hard, then still cannot.
Try so hard. It was a pleasure trying.
Okay. Yeah, so then when I come out, I don't dare tell him I tested because he will be like, why do you waste the kid again? Like, because you haven't even missed your menses. Yeah, so he wouldn't know most of the time until
It's true.
like when my menses come, I just say, my menses come. Then he, okay, it's alright.
I actually learned that she has been crying by herself, I think somewhere in the toilet or just without me, through her Instagram when someone asked her a question.
No, I think it was through an interview that we do that.
Oh yeah. It was an interview we did, I think on some panel, and that's when I realized, this whole time you've been sitting in the toilet crying. Like, I honestly didn't know.
Oh shit.
Why didn't like you mention it to him?
Because I feel like I don't want him to have the extra pressure that like, oh no, she really, really, really want a kid. Because I'm also indecisive.
Just to clarify this, okay, pet can conceive.
Yeah, I
It's
can.
just
Harder.
because she has certain growths and cysts in the body, so it either blocks the sperm from reaching the egg, and or the egg maybe won't latch. I don't know lah. Right?
Which is called endometriosis lah. Just a bit harder to get to conceive.
Yeah. So the condition in itself is not very rare. I think 1 in 10 women has it. It's a matter of how bad is yours. So turns out, pet 1 is not on the nothing much side.
Why must do a double
Yeah,
negative?
double negative.
And I don't say because it's bad because it doesn't really affect her life.
No, but your sperm okay.
Yes.
Great sperm.
No lah.
Wait, in terms of taste,
So my there's this thing I think I shared with you all before. It's called
Morphology.
morphology. My morphology was on the low side. So everything mine was within range except morphology. So basically the amount of sperm that is not deformed. For example, tail too short, head too big, 2 tails, 3 head. Yeah. So the doctor was like, I also, but I got 2 kids already. So
High five.
Yeah, so there's other things. There's like motility, which is a very important factor
Right.
on like how strong they swing, the virality of the sperm. Hey, don't quote me, I'm not a doctor. I just like I went for a checkup years
Doctor
ago.
Chua.
No, but you know what's a fun fact that I learned recently? That like it's not fastest sperm win. You always think like it's the fastest swimmer, then reach the egg first means you go in first, then you win, ma. But actually it's not. You are like the chosen sperm.
Not the one that can swim the longest, man, because the canal is very long.
No.
Because
the
I think the
strongest
diagram,
swimmer,
right,
right?
is that there are multiple sperm at the doorway already of the ovum.
So, but only like one of the first sperm that has the correct like chemical reaction with the egg is the one that gets let in.
So it's actually
Then everyone
literally-
else immediately die.
It's literally having good chemistry.
Yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
See?
Weird reflection. You know when I think our sex life started getting back to normal? That day the stress comes to you, I shared this on the episode before. Soft. Panic. I thought, holy at the ripe age of 29 years old, I have ED.
Stop right there. Comment down below, baby. It's just the keyword of today, so we know that you watched until this part. Okay, back to the episode.
Weird reflection. You know when I think our sex life started getting back to normal? COVID.
Really?
Nothing else to do.
Yeah. No, legit. Because I feel like it got to a period, and I don't know whether I'm oversharing lah.
No such thing. No
I
such
think
thing.
we owe it to the people that really DM us because they want to talk about they too stressed and they ED, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's why we come out and talk about it a lot. And there was that period whereby that sex became so mechanical. You tahan until that day the stress comes to you. I shared this on the episode before. Soft. Panic. I thought, holy at the right age of 29 years old, I have ED. Yeah, then panic. But I mean, it was that once lah. But at that night, you don't know it's that once, you see. At that night, you thought like, this is my life now, you know. I need to buy blue pill or whatever, right? Then I honestly did think if Pat come and tell me that she's been crying every month because we're not getting it right, it would add to that stress.
Right.
Because it was in our calendar.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like have
when to have
sex.
sex.
When to have sex
When is
is
her
on
window?
Then he will tell me, you don't accidentally send to the work calendar. Then all my colleagues can
Because they
see.
all read all the time.
Oh,
So that explains why your calendar has busy.
Correct. I have grown up. Because they all they randomly just ask me, how was that? Then I'm like,
That's very
I never
normal.
post about this.
so your calendar, every Monday you need to reheat the oven.
Correct.
Oh!
As in, I also do my job. I also got to do meetings, but
No, the only reason why I go into the calendar app is to see your calendar so I can
so you
plan.
keep it on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. The reason why I keep it on is because there's some days, right, where I really am very paiseh because I'm gonna be late, and it helps to know that you had a Monday morning meeting or like
Reheat the oven.
you won't like see me come in late.
Okay.
Oh, you've been gaming the system.
I know, you know, when I was in Korea for the work trip, he and Min, which average come about 9:45 to 10 every day. Then they would like, hey, sorry guys, we'll be late. When I was in Korea for that week,
No, like
like, they were on time all the time. But we're not here to talk about it. I don't mind.
Yeah, maybe like can Pat walk us through a bit
Yeah.
like what was that process like?
Actually, I think it's quite smooth. The whole thing took about like, I think, is it 12 days?
Less than 2 weeks actually.
Yeah, less than
so
2 weeks.
Why Denise knows is because MOSG is also filming a documentary.
yeah, why is so
She was with me
So
throughout everything.
Yeah, we're getting to the story where I go inside and then she opened her leg and then
Go.
okay, yeah,
Whoa,
you,
you did what?
We'll get to that. Okay, so it started with me signing up for it and say that I want to freeze my eggs. Then after that, I will go to the clinic. They will take blood. They will also do a scope to just check my ovaries.
So the blood test actually helps you find out like a agarration, right?
Blood
How
count.
many
Not
eggs?
egg
It's
count,
an egg
egg
count.
count.
Oh, from the blood can
Yeah, it's a
mad,
AMH
oh.
test. But the AMH thing a bit complicated because it's not exactly how many eggs you can take out. It's how big like this your scoop is to scoop out your eggs. So for example, if you have a very low AMH level, means for example, I'm scooping with like a tablespoon. Then I will get a
Yeah,
smaller
my one
amount
is
of
a cup,
eggs.
like a bowl.
Yeah. Then once the ultrasound is done, then they take my blood. Then I will have to wait till my first day of my menses come. But in between, they actually scheduled counselling. So to make sure that you fully understand what you're going to go through and also understand that because at my age I'm 33, right? So they will share like if you use the eggs too late, like if you choose to do it in the 40s or whatever, what kind of pressure you go through.
Oh, like social
they make it very
pressure.
realistic to you lah. Yeah.
When we saw it, we went together, right? When
Yeah.
we saw it first, actually we got laughed a bit.
We are.
Yeah.
Why?
But then you think about it, it's like, oh my god, this little counseling
Very responsible.
is so important because things like social isolation, which is also a fear you have when you have no children, right? Because we like your friends and you drift because everyone's involved in their own family, then you got social isolation, right? But if you are 60, your child is 10 years old, your friends not gonna hang out with you also social isolation. Like you will not be able to bond with your child's classmates' parents because those fellas are 28 and you are 59. You know?
Yeah. So they include things like emotionally how you feel, energy level, finance, like whether going through this at a later age, or what if a lot of things they cover really a
Might
lot
need
of
to spend
aspects.
your retirement on their child's university.
Something like that.
Oh.
So after counselling, there's a 7 days cooling period to
Like the
let you
presidential
think.
election.
Oh, it's like reflection.
Yeah, to let you think and absorb whatever they said, whether you really thought it through before you spend this money to go and freeze your eggs and like.
Also, during that time, you can just say don't want.
yes,
Oh,
you can.
okay,
Then you pay
okay.
for counselling, I think.
There's two kinds of counselling though. So one is internal at the clinic and the nurse will go through with you. Another one is external.
Do they talk about different things?
My understanding is that the first one is more physiological and the second one is more psychological.
Then when my first day of menses is here, I need to inform them immediately. Then they say, okay, you must come tomorrow. Of course, when I go the next day, right, I was in this belief like, okay, so today, I thought like they're going to jab for me, the first one. But no, man. They just show and say, okay, you go home and jab. They're like, sorry, what do you mean? I need to go home tonight and just jab myself. And then this guy is not around. he's not in Singapore. So throughout the whole the consultation, right, he was on Zoom lah. Then he like asking the nurse this and that lah. Then the nurse, it's very cool. They have props of your stomach kind. Like there's a prop to show you how to pinch your
It's
stomach.
like a prop skin.
So it's like squishy.
It's
Yeah.
squishy.
Ooh.
Watching that thing on the small screen, right? Then to me, I feel like I cannot really see the table and see the face, see the table, see the face. So I never fully register everything, but she's there so presumably.
And
that's
at
why
one point, Pat didn't realize she flipped the camera, so he's just looking at chair. No, but I must say John was very sweet because he knew he wasn't going to be around. So he actually texted everyone of the crew that he knew was going to be there to say, can y'all please listen for me and take notes because I want to know.
And then he tell one of them to hold my hand. So sweet.
Because you call her in the end, right?
Yeah. Like shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine, hold her hand.
Yeah, and then asked me to hold my hand. Yeah, then the surprise was that we all thought I'm going to get jabbed that day at that moment, right? No, he said go home and jab yourself. Then I'm like, I'll go and jab
So the
myself.
reason for that is because they want you to jab, then go and sleep.
Yeah.
If you start jabbing that time, you must every day jab around that time. So they let you go home.
Correct. So there is a scheduled time that you need to take that jab. So mine was between 10 to 11. Then they tell me, okay, at 9:50, you go and prep everything. So I was like counting down at home. I'm like, oh my God, 9:50. I really dread 9:50. Then I go and bathe. I go and get ready on the call with him. Then I think the stressful part at the start was having to prepare the medicine. So it was not like just then jab.
Some
then,
people is ta.
yeah, some people it's just jab. But I think everybody have different medication.
Yeah, different dosage.
So you also have to
Different
like
dosage.
own self.
Yeah, I have to mix it. I have to be a scientist at home and then mix and then do this. Then mix bit like
Correct. Mixologist.
What? They have a lot of faith in
No,
the
dude,
patient.
too much. It was too much. It's really too much. No, but you also know that Pat was a special case.
Wait, what
Because, no, because whatever she needs to mix one, which is because it's not a normal syringe.
It's like a pen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a pen. One of them is like
EpiPen,
EpiPen,
yeah.
but Pat cannot just EpiPen herself because her case different. So she needs to get the dosage of EpiPen, put into a vial of powder, dilute, take out, extract. But the thing dissolves in like that. You don't even need to swirl. You just touch the thing and it poops away. You extract it, you put it into another vial of powder because towards the end we need to double dose.
No, the start never lah, yeah.
Then you extract again, then you change needle, then you poke yourself. By then you sweat already. honest feedback.
By then
Honest
it's
feedback.
10:30.
The whole thing is 1 minute. The whole thing is 1 minute.
5 minutes
But
only
it's
lah.
like you need like 7 brain cells. Like those, you see some friends, they all 3 people share 1 brain cell. They cannot.
Like halfway through, right, even though the first day was so easy, I just need to do 1 set, right? Halfway through I got lost and I'm like, oh my God, this needle, which needle go to where? Like, oh my God, okay. Then I'm like, okay, the shortest needle is to poke myself, the rest is not. So I will try and figure out. Then I asked him, hey, do you remember or not? Do you remember?
my God.
So they don't leave you with a manual or like
No,
any
they let you take
documentation?
notes. You can take a video.
You can take video, yeah.
Yeah.
But she used her phone video calling me.
Hoping that he remembers.
And then I did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first experience,
Useful.
I already tell myself, like when I was preparing everything, I was still not that nervous. It's only when I changed the needle already, right? I cleaned myself already because you need to sanitize. The needle right at my stomach. Then I started trembling. Then I'm like, oh my God, I cannot. I don't think I can. So I started shaking, right? And then he was counting down on the comm lah. He said, okay, ready? Then I already went quiet because I already jabbed myself already, but he didn't know. Then he's like, okay, take a deep breath. I said, inside already.
Oh! The worst thing was I didn't say take a deep breath. I said, okay, wait, hold on. Because I wanted to
Double check
the air part. Yeah. So when I was like, okay, wait, hold on. She's like, it's inside already. Okay.
Yeah,
Keep going.
Yeah,
Then
he
I
was
just
very calm.
10, 9. Then she said, I'm not done yet. Then okay, because very pixelated. I mean, like I was at the hotel already, right? So I didn't even know whether she's all the way in yet. And then after that, it was like eternity. I mean, it was a 20-second jab only, but it was like an eternity that I sit down there. I don't know where the computer lag because like the movements are so minute.
Yeah. So you can slowly press it in, but you need to hold it there for 10 seconds so that all the medicine goes in
Correct,
before you
correct,
take out.
Yeah, but I think the first jab went really well. Like
was not
after I jab myself, then I stare at it some more, right, when I take out. Then I'm like, actually not very pain. I couldn't feel a thing. So I tell myself the next day, right, stare at it even harder and ask myself whether it's painful or not. Then
I think she might be into something.
because I'm like, it cannot be there. Like I anticipated so much, right? Like I was very fearful of the pain. Because I'm like, wow, poke stomach, never poke stomach before, right? So I'm like, must be a bit pain lah. Don't have. Then nobody believe me. Then he's like, are you sure? Are you sure it's not pain? I say, no, they're not very pain. So then the second day, something went wrong lah. I accidentally, so my hand never positioned properly. And again, he's not home again, right? But this time around, he couldn't even call me. So I know how to mix already. But the hand position, I didn't position properly. So my hand wasn't at the jabbing part. I was holding on to it like that.
Oh yeah, that was what I wanted her to do.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, it's because her hand not at the syringe.
Because I feel like that is not stable.
You're holding it at the
I'm holding it like that.
already.
Yeah. Like, that means my hand have no, but not, I have
So
no
what
hand to
happens
go
is
and
because
press.
you only got one hand, because one hand is
Correct.
squeezing the fat, right? Then the
Yeah.
other hand is inject. So after you poke, you need to
Yeah.
and then she don't have that finger.
So imagine I squeeze it like that, right? So I just poke. Then after that, when I realized that I had no hand to go and press, I accidentally let go of the thing and just started wavering. So I'm like, oh my god. Then I faster go and I inch a bit. Then I go and press. Then by the time I pull out, got blood lah. Like got one drip of blood only.
The whole process of Pet's jabbing was her being really calm about it, me pretending to be really calm about it. Because the one time I plucked up the courage to go for a blood drive with my friends, the buff dude that Joe asked go, they poke the thing, right? Then the blood squirt out leh. Then I'm like, oh, not me. Not today. You know, I just ke belakang pusing go. I think like, yo, like, you know, I will never do this like for fun. If like someone happen, like they collapse, then it's like, we need blood. Are you A? You know, I'm like, okay, it, you know. So the scary part was when I come back, there's 2 jabs. Right when I come back.
No. When you come back, it's still 1. Then after that, then you ask me whether I need your help. Then I say, don't need lah. At the back of my head, I also know he's scared. So I'm like, okay lah, 1 jab only. Then I started flaunting online and telling people, yeah, so easy leh, 1 jab only. Then after that, on the 5th day, I need to go back for a review. And then they tell me, okay, today we add 1 more jab and this one's gonna sting a bit. So I like, huh, what do you mean? I said, it's not just 1 jab forever. And then that one was so easy. He said, oh, no, we will keep increasing. So then I panic again. Then I think she need to preempt me that it will sting a bit. So I think I upplayed the pain a lot in my head again. Like, oh my God. So I go home, I say, okay, I tell you what, tonight you need to jab already. Like the first one, I will jab. Then the second one, are you okay to jab? Then he looked at me and said, can.
No, it was not so dramatic.
So he was bad at pretending that he was okay about it.
Because she do herself and it doesn't hurt. Then like, hey guys, let's not rock the ship, eh.
Yeah.
But the 5th day one, the 5th day one is where I told him I need his help. Yeah. Then he became like nurse Chua first. Wash hands, sanitize lah. Then he will kneel down beside the bed. Then open the sanitizer. Where? Clean here? Clean here. And he take out your ice pack. Okay. And he said, you ready? Okay, deep breath. Then he put in, right? Then what? Then I think he did very, very well on the first day. So I promoted him on second day. I said, hey, Dr. Chua. Right?
Role play.
First day is nurse. Second day is doctor, okay? So after that, Dr. Chua said on the 6th day, right? I think he...
On the what day?
6th day.
6th day.
Let me give you some context. So my entire contribution, right, of the first 5 days of the single jab, right, was, you okay? You know, like I will have to transfer the needle contamination. It doesn't like touch air, like non-sterile air.
Okay.
Like I do, like transfer, we go, let's go. You know, like I do nothing. Like
Assist.
When she do finish already, right, then I do countdown 10, 9, 8, so that she doesn't have to count. You know, she can just breathe. So then I started realizing that is my only job. Like you do it damn well, right? Then suddenly now I'm up, right? Become Dr. Chua ma.
Then because he need to, I don't want to look at him jabbing the medication ma, because I feel that it's a bit long lah. So I look elsewhere, right? So I'm waiting for him to count down the 10. Right? Then suddenly he just, okay, breathe up.
Deep breath.
Then deep breath. He just pull out the needle. Then I look here. I say, you never count to 10? Hey, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I never count to 10.
That was the only thing I've been doing up until that point. I was just in charge of the countdown. You give me another job, I literally threw away the
man
first
cannot
job.
multitask.
That's
Man
why.
cannot multitask.
I was so disappointed in myself because I psyched myself up so long for this, right? And like she's like, okay, now time to jab already. And I know she's not scared, but I know I damn scared. You know? I'm like, okay, you go and lie down. Let's take the ice. Chill here. You know? Then I go and wash hand. Then I don't even use towel to dry my hand. I use tissue. Then I don't even touch the tabletop. I just like walk around like a surgeon. I just walk around. Then like the moment the thing go out, the alcohol swab leave her body, right? I don't even blow on it. I don't do anything. I just like the needle must go in already. Like there is no contamination.
It's very
of anything.
serious. So when he...
I never do the countdown. I pull out one drop.
It's the medicine.
The medicine, blood free one. Blood you make.
The medicine you make.
The medicine drip out 1 drop. Then I panic. Because it's not a lot to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
It's maybe 10 drops. Usually 1 drop is a lot. You know, so, and I know that at the end of this 12-day cycle, if at the end of the day, the doctor say cannot, you need to repeat cycle,
There was a possibility that I needed this.
then I will always think about, is it because I let that 1 drop go?
Right.
But
That's a very real fear.
Yeah, it's a very real fear because we're only halfway through. I mean, if it's the last one, it's like, fuck it, but there's nothing we can do. But it's like, we're only halfway through.
But the next few days all went wild, all went very well.
I went wild.
Unhinged.
This one come out the eyelid.
Yeah, so for a bit of context, right, usually the jab is about 10 to 14 days depending on how many jabs you need. And then in between, you will go back to the doctor twice, if I'm not wrong,
Yes.
for like checkups. And then they will give you like updated dosage of medicine.
Yeah.
And then so the first visit was day 5. Then the second visit is
Day 9.
Aga, then they will tell you when you can take out your eggs already.
Oh, the jab is for you to help you increase the number of
Yes.
eggs.
So essentially what is happening is that every period cycle, there are multiple that will start to mature. But then only one is
will come out.
released.
Right.
1 or 2 lah. That's how you get like unidentical twins.
Yeah, so now they will just go like direct to take out all that are maturing instead of just the one that come out. Because if not, all the rest is like throw away, like wasted.
Wasted.
Oh, okay.
So I think on day 9 was a bit more stressful one when they started telling me I have to do 4 jabs on the 10th day. So that night, right, they already gave us different dosage. Instead of 1 valve, there's 2 valve. So I need to mix
Vial.
first. Vial.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Is it vial, man?
Vial.
Water.
It's L.
Instead of one
One small bottle.
yeah, so now they give 2 bottles of medication. So I need to first put the don't know what solution into here, take out, mix to another, and then take out, then jab myself.
And
So
then 1
it's-
jab.
That's one jab. No, that's for their one. Then on the 10th day, they say they will time the 10th day one. It's at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's to trigger for the egg to ready to come out already.
Then on the 11th day, no jab. Then the 12th day was my surgery. The one thing that I'm most scared of is the IV drip lah. The rest I'm not scared because they tell me it's a 20-minute procedure and they are not cutting me up. It's just putting in a probe with a needle, and then once I'm sedated, I won't even feel it ma. So it's the IV drip that I was very, very scared. And I didn't know that Thomson Fertility Centre inside got a mini hospital. I've been there so many times.
You're expecting to go to the hospital lah.
Yeah, so that then they keep telling me, oh, you come back here. I say, why come back here? They say, oh, we can do it here. I say, you can do it here? Like, you know the room.
Yeah, we're Paragon eh.
Oh, it's at Paragon.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Like, okay.
The
They say,
consultation room.
yeah, so I keep looking at all the rooms. I'm like, how can it be? I just lie down on this bed and you just break your knee, man. Then until they opened the door, I saw like the beds, the hospital beds. Then I saw the counter. Then like, oh, there really is a mini
But
hospital.
vibes eh. Like getting surgery done in a mall is a vibe.
Yeah, then later you go metro downstairs and buy it.
But how they absorb? They use what to?
It's like a scoop.
So they just.
She told already. You have to.
Okay, so I'll tell you that part.
Okay.
So the day before, I was also very nervous, right? Because I know I'm going to film and I'm going to be inside the operating theatre when they're taking out the eggs, which means I have to be very careful. Like, do I want to like violate my boss wife, you know?
When
So
my
the day
legs are
before,
like
I
that.
practice already. So I cannot see and the camera also cannot see, right? So in the office, I like that. Then so I film already, then I move to the other side. So I move to then okay, continue. Different angle. Then I done already. Then okay, now I move to the other side. Yeah, so I practice this the day before.
What do you actually take when I'm asleep?
Whoa.
Like what kind
besides her
of
chastity and her dignity.
So Dr. Tong doing the procedure, and then after that, what she's seeing in the ultrasound probe, and then how they transfer the egg to the lab. Because very interesting, because the egg processing lab is also inside there,
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah,
the
she
egg
pointed to
freezing
me.
facility is also inside there. So,
Wow.
so they'll put like an ultrasound probe, and then they'll put a needle to go in to like kind of suck out the egg. So the ultrasound probe will kind of
like a
show you,
vacuum.
like guide like where the needle is going, and so it's interesting because like they take out the egg already, right? Then directly it goes into a test tube. Then the nurse will just go and then put it and then pass. There's a window that connects to the lab.
Yeah.
So they'll put, then the lab straight away take, and then they'll process. So it's very
fresh,
fast.
very fresh.
Yeah, very fast.
From farm to table,
Like
yeah.
Farm to fridge, literally, actually.
Yeah, so then, in 20 minutes time, it was all done. And then I could walk immediately after. So they fed me Milo. Then they say I need to pee first, then they will let me out. Yeah, just need to make sure that my bowel system is okay lah.
But after that, like the next few days, got any discomfort?
It was a lot of bloating and cramps lah. So it felt like I just had my menses and my boobs were very sore. They were so sore.
You're pretty engorged, guys.
Yeah, like What was the joke?
For
that you
men
made about
sexualizing
sucking it,
women who are going through the pain of
Yeah, but it was very, very sore.
No, we gotta point out the upside.
the upsize.
Yeah, the upside.
Also the upsize.
Yeah, but I'm very happy with my results. Yeah, because at the start, doctor was expecting maybe 5 because she said my egg count wasn't that great, and then like at my
Straight up
age,
say your egg count was low.
yeah, he said at my age, if I can get 6 to 10, it will be a 50% chance. He said good enough. He said, but now at that point when she was scanning, she saw 5 only lah. He said, okay, we need to monitor. So when I got 13 and 12 matured, I was also very happy lah.
Okay.
It's 2 times the expected.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Very, very
Thank you so
good.
much.
12 kids. Just kidding. It doesn't it doesn't guarantee
Hey,
pregnancy.
so when you want to
It
use,
doesn't.
they'll put 1 egg at one time lah.
I don't know for Thomson, but what I heard is generally they will put 2 because higher chance.
Yeah.
Which is why also IVF got higher chance of getting twins.
Yeah.
Right. Then the rest of the eggs you don't want to use together, how?
Either
Continue to store
You don't know
until you want to
continue to
use
store.
again.
there are 3 things that you can do. You can continue to store, you can dispose them, or you can donate them.
Donate to who?
To people who really need like they don't have eggs. Then you donate to the egg
The
bank.
eggs don't mature.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can use your eggs.
How long can you freeze it for?
Indefinitely.
As long as you want.
Theoretically, right?
Will the
If let's
quality
say
drop?
something happens to us today and humanity more or less ends, right? Her eggs is just frozen there. 200 years later, someone might try and hatch it. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for like couples who are trying?
I think one of the doctors told us you actually don't need to leave your legs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
The
You've been
leaf
lifting your
thing-
legs?
Huh? Oh, you don't know?
you read about it and you then you guys tried.
No, our friends do it.
Yeah.
Then they keep telling us, oh, yeah, maybe you try, right? After having sex, then the sperm going already, right? You lift up your legs.
It's like that game that has the ball, then you have to like So actually it's about
Makes sense, it
rotating
makes
and
sense.
moving.
Correct. No, so I Google about it. It's not about it doesn't help. It's that it's very negligible, the amount of assistance. So the advice is when you are done with the deed, lie flat for 30 minutes.
Best is to
Don't
sleep.
even bother try and like wear your underwear. Just when you're done, lie down there, don't move. Put a pillow under your butt. Then if you can, go and sleep.
But very weirdly, some women...
Then you get UTI.
yeah. After having sex, if you don't go and pee, you get UTI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And like you wanna like wash a bit more.
Correct. Eh, Why you like...
No,
Switch it around a bit.
You also wash.
no, I'm the kind that like right after I need to like
Yeah.
shower.
Same.
Very unromantic, right? Like, goes
Yeah,
on
it's like okay.
Done. Okay, let's go.
I would say do the fertility check first lah. That's very important. Like to know what your body is going through first, like whether there's anything wrong with your body. So I think one of the advice that we always give to married couples whom we see that most probably going to have kids, right?
Serious couples.
Yeah, we will always tell them that, hey, you know what, go for the fertility check first. You may not know whether in 1 or 2 years' time whether you want to have a kid or not, but knowing your body first can help you solve a lot of problems. So if I knew that I have endo, or maybe this endo thing is going to affect my fertility like way earlier, right? I could have taken steps to resolve it. I mean, endo cannot be resolved lah.
Yeah.
So it cannot be cured. But at least I could have started earlier rather
No,
than
but something
wait
that
till-
we also talked about was also because you went for surgery, right? But if you had frozen your eggs at that point before the surgery, you would have gotten a much larger amount of eggs.
Yes, I think the surgery took away 3 times my eggs.
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, so
So
divide by 3 after.
divide by 3. So when I was 29, they did a egg count scoring of how much eggs I have. Then just recently before my surgery, right, the doctor took another one, and it was 3 times lesser.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So she also told me that if only you could have done it back then.
Yeah, but I
then
mean
you
back
tell
then you
it was illegal.
No, so she told me that I could have done it because I got endo. It's considered medical reason. Yeah, but nobody knew. Honestly, I didn't know about
and
this.
you can
egg freezing
appeal
thing.
because it's mostly case by case.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I
In fact,
didn't.
right before it became legislation it was legislated on 1st July this year, right? There were people that appealed to do it in May and June.
Oh, because they were reaching the age limit. Is
Yeah, because they're afraid they hit the age limit by then. Then they cannot. So okay, maybe I clarify a bit. You must be at least 21 years old.
Yes.
To be able to freeze your eggs.
Doesn't matter whether you're single or married, but you can only use the eggs after you get married.
Correct. So you cannot go and get a sperm donor and then as a single person then go and have a child. You still must be married first. one weird fun fact that we learned is that the husband must sign off when the egg is being
Used.
used, and cashed.
Ooh.
Wait, so what if you divorce and then you get a new husband?
Can the new husband sign?
Husband will sign.
Oh, so
As
it
long as
doesn't
married
matter.
lah.
So not
Yeah.
John will sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like, for example, like she go and ask for Dan's sperm, for example. Weird. Okay, but let's just say.
But I cannot just
Then she
be-
just come and pregnant and say it's mine. I wouldn't know. You see.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow, his hairline is gonna be raw bucks.
When the child's about like,
No.
No, my,
Yeah, we can even.
yeah.
but he'll only realize when the child is like 29.
Are you going to plan to have a kid?
A dragon baby.
Next year's dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nat and I have spoken about it.
Faster,
and, like,
faster,
it-
sia, dragon baby, faster now.
The window is okay because you take like December minus 9, right? So
Oh,
technically
still-
March 2023
Some people
is the
don't want,
final.
you know. Some people don't want dragon baby.
No,
Because
it's competitive, right?
children
Yeah.
at school.
But our feng shui master said, right?
You got a feng shui master.
We went for one session and suddenly he's my feng shui master. I mean, again, like I'm not a full believer, but like you just like cover your bases, right? He said that dragon baby for me very good.
What's your zodiac?
Monkey,
Then what's next?
goat.
Oh.
You also feng shui master, is it?
I don't know. I just ask only. But why are you just asking for the audience? Just in case you want to know what their zodiac.
Do you like to drink water?
Love.
Correct.
See? So the reading is
Then you're often hydrated.
holy shit. Eh,
Neuro-linguistic programming.
subliminal messaging. So yeah.
So yeah, what?
But you start trying already or not?
We say safety is off.
Gotta be a difference, lah, right?
Ooh, huge amount of difference. The analogy that always comes to mind is American Pie. It's like putting it in what you think is hot apple pie.
I feel like it's hotter. Like, you know, when you have sex, then you tell the person inside.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like putting a hair curler inside. No? No, we'll move on.
That's like abuse.
Warm.
No, but I cannot feel the warmth.
Oh no, because it's the woman that's warm.
Oh yeah, the warmth is felt by me.
We feel the warmth.
Oh, you feel the warmth of the eject, which otherwise you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't really feel anything.
No, but how?
Oh my god.
Can we go? Can you just cut this out? I don't feel
This is the
Alright.
TikTok.
You asked me before. Then
You asked her before, do you feel anything?
Yeah, every time I tell her like, am I hurting you? Then she just laughs. I don't know why.
Oh, that's why she's so used to the jabbing.
Never thought I would do sex jokes with my boss. And his wife.
You get it already or not?
yeah,
Anything you want to say at this point?
I can feel everything.
Oh, best segment ever.
Okay, no, but on a more serious note, like how did you and Nat know, right, that you all were ready? Because I mean, a lot of people they want kids for no reason. It just seems like the next step, like the next checkpoint almost.
Yeah.
And then I think John and Pat have also shared about like, when I'm 60, am I going to regret? You know?
I think there's a lot of layers to it. I think obviously speaking to Nat and realizing that like we were at a stage where I guess we were ready for something more, right? And I think we were at a stage that we're financially comfortable, we're emotionally comfortable. I think our relationship is also in a really good place. House is also coming. So I think it was more of like the timing, because like we don't want it to be at a stage where, or are we like unsure where we're going to live, or like, you know, are we worried about renovation and stuff like that. And the person that actually put it very succinctly, unlike my answer right now, was Dwayne Johnson. He said, right, everything that you're doing right now, like all the hard work that you're putting in right now to make a name for yourself, right? Once you have a kid, it is going to be at a whole nother level. Like your sense of purpose and meaning, right? It's going to be so much more than just you. Like everybody is working towards building a legacy, but if you're building a legacy, what is it for? Is it just for the fame, the fortune? Or is it going to be for something else that is at an elevated place, right, that you can't even comprehend right now?
I agree. I feel like it makes legacy tangible, because if not, it's just a word, it's an article. Like who's
Yeah.
going to read the article is intangible. But having that child gives tangibility to legacy, because someone's going to remember, someone's going to benefit from your name, someone's going to benefit from your accomplishment.
Exactly that. Yeah. That was very well succinctly put. That was what I was trying to.
Johnson.
Shamsi, Shams recently engaged, so
Yeah.
Impermanency.
I think, I'm not married yet, but I have.
But you're engaged! So I was not in the ad. I didn't
yeah.
get
But
to
what's
do
your
that.
ring, Shams? Yesterday, like
Resize,
something.
resize.
Thank you.
Yeah, they the
Okay, right now I'm a bit confused because I'm on the fence, right? I'm not too sure. Is it because Alvin is also the eldest son of in his family, and there's some
Right.
sort of pressure to like, maybe he might want, but he don't want to
Like
say.
continue the bloodline kind.
传宗
is it?
接代.
Yeah, he tells me my parents don't care one. I also don't care one. That guy, and then I'm like, really, man? His parents never say, but then like he just assumed that.
Right.
So right now, right, with the whole egg freezing thing, right, they say the younger you are, the better, the healthier your eggs, right? So before I hit my 30s, maybe I was thinking, is this the best time to really to think about egg freezing? But I don't know if I want. I don't know if this is going to be a waste of my money and my time because I don't know whether I want kids, ma.
It's not as expensive as I imagine. So per cycle is like 10 to 12K. You the 21-year-old today, if like your parents a bit wealthier can afford this 10K, 12K for you, right? Can you imagine when they are 30, 32, 33, they want to get pregnant, they use their 21-year-old egg, which is a privilege that people at this generation don't have.
No, and a lot of it is about the number of eggs that you can take out.
Yeah.
So when you are younger, there's a higher chance because I mean, like for women, I don't know whether you all know, but it's like a set amount of eggs. Like you born, right, is this amount, and then like after puberty, pass, right. So for example, you start with 1 million. By the time after puberty, you need left like 300K.
It just diminishes lah.
Yes, and out of this 300K, right, not every egg is a good egg.
Yeah.
So for example, Pat took out 13, but then just now she mentioned that only 12
12 are
were
mature.
viable, mature eggs. So out of this 300K, you also don't know how many is good eggs or bad eggs, which is where like the blood test that she did comes in.
Yeah. And not only that, right? So like of the 12 eggs, when you do decide to use it, it's not guaranteed that each egg will produce a baby, right?
No.
No, not guaranteed.
That's why you need the 12.
I also read online because like I really don't know whether I want kids, ma. So I Google how to know whether you want children. Then I read everywhere, right? They say it's a very, very complicated decision. Don't feel like you have to say a yes or no.
Yeah.
Like then after reading all that, I feel a bit of like some sort of comfort lah in that.
I feel like I'm a bit in between because I understand, like, I mean, you also mentioned like the financial burden of it, right? And then, I mean, to me also, like I came from a household that's like not rich. So then to me, like money feels like I can use it to solve so many problems. I'll be so much happier if I had more money. And then do I then want to spend this money on like someone else? But then I'm also on the, like a bit on Dan's side where like the monetary issue, right? Like, do I want to spend my whole life chasing money or not and collecting the money and then like, what can I do with that money? Versus like, I feel like having a child, right, is the purpose of it and which is also the mindset shift, right? Is really money can earn lor. You know, but then like fostering a child and then like having
More
a relationship,
meaningful.
building someone and like it's also a journey that you walk with your spouse ma. Then like that whole experience, right, is money really like the crux of like my decision making process.
Yeah. But that's what people that can afford this.
No, but I think it's fair.
No,
I
it's
think it's a
fair,
fair
yeah.
consideration.
Because when I was
Yeah.
26, 27, 28, the problem was money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think that's the beauty of the human brain. We find a way to adjust and adapt and be content with where we are to a certain extent. Yeah. You'll always be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what was it for me? I've never actually shared this before. To me, it's about when you develop that sense of duty for things other than you or me.
So it's time to adopt a dog lah.
So that was actually one big part of how we realized maybe we don't want. Because we took care of a dog for a month.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one
What's her name?
Coffee.
Coffee.
I love that little thing.
I love also. But the first day I broke down already. I think second day.
No lah, not first day
Second
lah.
day.
That's
Second
because
day.
you're scared of dog, not fair.
No, I love. Okay, I
You
would
love dog?
No, I'm very racist when it comes to dogs. Don't ask me. I little people slam me. But this dog can.
You've said enough.
Must have been a
This
very
dog
white
can.
dog.
This dog can, and I love. Like first day come, everything okay,
like,
right? But when we had to feed him in the morning, bring him for walks and everything, right? And then he just refused to eat. Wow, I got very angry because I need to go to work. Then I'm like,
Not
if
like
you
she
don't
abused the
eat,
dog,
I never
of
abused.
course,
I was
she
just
just
like,
fixed it.
I just like, why you not eating? I use my hand feed or refuse to eat. I think cause new environment lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then after that I'm like, but I'm late for work, right? Then how? So I felt very angry. I think also because my menses coming. I was just very frustrated. Then that day, I think, is it during that week when I was out by myself, I drove, right? I started crying I started crying in the car and be like, oh my God, like I just realized that I I may never ever be a mom because I cannot handle these kind of things. Like your kid is always going to make you late. I've seen all my colleagues always late because they always say it's the child, because sometimes they don't want to get changed.
Convenient. Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to do a lot of things, right? Then bo pian lah, you just wait lor. You just wait until they are ready. Then you have to soothe them. So it just hit me and like, oh my God, these are things that I cannot even handle. Like I get frustrated so easily. Like for no reason, I just burst out crying. Then I'm like, wow, fuck. I think then I went home, right? Then I cried even more. I said, I think I just realized I can never be a mom. I said, I can't even handle a dog.
No, so I talked to some of my friends who have children, right?
Yeah.
Then I asked them, you now that you have kid, you confirm you want like you okay? Are you ready to be a mother? You
What a horrible question to ask your friend.
No, because
You did a
those,
knife.
because those friends are friends who tell me like they also don't know whether they want or not.
Yeah.
So when they really have already, I ask them, so how? How? Then they tell me, right, actually they don't know. Then once they give birth, I mean they go through the 9 months pregnancy and then give birth, right? Then their purpose and everything, their purpose, everything changed. Because you're talking about, oh my God, you're late for work already, you have other things to do. Why are you not doing this, right? But I think for them, right, the baby is their priority. It's okay to be late for work. It's okay if they get fired. Because this is more important.
Your sense of meaning.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
changes.
Just say job.
And then they're fired.
Every employer throw in a 10 no problem, huh?
No, we both feel that, right? That we cannot always use the kid as an excuse to say that now your life has become like that. Because you need to train this kid to be on time for work, to be on time for everything, right? Like in the future, train.
Discipline.
So, like, no matter what reasons you give, you will have parents will need to buffer the time to say that because I know in the morning it's harder for this kid to wake up, I need to build in another half an hour. But that's on the expense of your time too. So I feel that I'm somebody with not enough sleep, right? I also get very frustrated.
Yeah, but I think it's not so much that. I think it's not so much that you're using the kid as an excuse or like what. I think it becomes a sense of like being able to reprioritize in a way that you didn't think you could.
Yeah.
And then that like I think a lot of things that I do here of like new parents and friends is like it sounds like a cliche, but you really just become ready. Like when the moment arises. And so I think okay, Wani.
I definitely think okay. I feel that
Be okay.
You're okay.
Be
Rest
not
the
the one.
occasion.
And be difficult. So it's a matter of do you want to spend that time, that money, that resource for something that you on the fence on. That's it
Right.
for us.
The reasons that y'all say, right, makes me feel like y'all should go for egg freezing even more. Because like, if you don't know whether you want kids, for example, if say by the time you're 32, you decide you really want, right, then you are using like your 32-year-old eggs and the quality and quantity of eggs, right, is a lot lower as compared to right now if you go and freeze. So it's in a sense buying insurance. So be it like whether, like, you know, you want the chiong career first, right, which most of us have done, which is why only in our late 20s then we start trying. Or like if like maybe you haven't found partner, or like maybe you all try but don't have, or the health problem. So like for many instances, right, if you had your earlier eggs stored and younger eggs stored, right, you would, when you want to try, right, you got a higher chance of getting pregnant.
It's true.
Okay, so thank you very much for watching today's episode, and of course thank you John and Pat for sharing so much with us and so honestly. So maybe a bit overshare, but anyway, if you would like to book a fertility screening, which actually is important, you can go visit this website, which we will also put down in the description. Yes, remember this is like the first step, okay, to wanting to have a child or to even want to start planning is very important.
Family planning, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know whether you can or cannot already, right? If crystallize your thought, do you want or don't want?
It's true.
See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wait, so is reheating oven really a euphemism for sex?
No,
Like,
I'm really
No, no lah.
Guys, y'all got
No, because the way how Pat reacted.
oven.
Yeah,
No, but it was real that he really need to reheat his oven.
Every Monday.
But not anymore.
something. Oh,
Do you
no.
disable?
I haven't disabled.
Oh.
We should.
We should. Now they're thinking,
No,
like,
so
is it a code word?
if your oven is not used, then like it's new, that's okay. But the moment you start using and you introduce moisture into the system already, right? You gotta reheat every 2 weeks because by then like Christmas coming, right? Then you want to start baking cookies, right? Spoil.
Hey, yeah, my oven spoiled.
Yeah, because you never reheat.
It's new somehow. Also heartbroken now.
Ours
Yeah, you need
also.
to keep reheating your oven. So you just turn to 180, turn it on until the red light goes off, then you can turn it off already.
Wow. If this makes it for bloopers, you came for fertility advice, right? But you left with
You get
oven.
appliance.
Man.
Sometimes can you all believe you're watching this for free?